There's a guitar in here! Hey guys, welcome back to the Ball Shredder channel, and yes, indeed, there is an electric guitar in this box. This is the all-new do-it-yourself electric guitar kit from Fesley that you can get on Amazon right now. Now guys, before I totally get into it here, if you could do me a quick favor and just reach down and hit that subscribe button if you're not a subscriber already. Thank you. Alright guys, I have checked out so much stuff from Fesley that when this came up on Amazon recently and I saw it, I was like, yeah, I need to get one of those because I want to check it out. So I ordered it last week. Here it is. I've got the unfinished Strat body guitar, but they do come with two of them that are painted. You can get one in black and you can also get one in sunburst. Now it just so happens that this one is the cheapest one of the bunch, $89 right now, but it was also the one that I wanted out of all of them. I didn't want a painted body. I wanted the unfinished body so that I could see the wood grain. Now the first thing I want to tell you guys is that it comes packaged really well. So when I got it, this box was inside another box from Amazon. And then when you take off the lid to this box, you can see that inside, everything in there is boxed up. So outstanding job by Fesley in the packaging. Now you guys just saw this in the picture, right? You know what this is? This is a full color glossy instruction manual on how to put the guitar together. I mean seriously, it's step by step, full color, illustrations, tells you everything you need to know. It even tells you, like on the first page of the directions, on how to paint the body if you want to paint it. Really good stuff in here, especially for somebody who's never put a guitar together before. All right, let's pull out the body, see what we got, see what it looks like here. And here's the body, guys. Check it out. This is poplar, by the way. Wow, very nice. The grain looks great. Super smooth. It's like completely sanded. They've drilled the holes for the pick guards and the bridge and everything. Very nice. Based on the way it feels, guys, I would say this has some kind of like sealer or clear coat or something. It's not just the bare wood. And one thing to note, guys, you can see that it is routed only for 3 single coils. Of course, that's what it came with, the pick guard with the 3 single coil pickups. But if you were getting this with the intention of doing like a different pickup configuration, you would need to do some additional routing. All right, in the neck. So here we go. Okay, take a look at the neck, guys. This is a maple neck, and then it's got that HPL, I think it's called, the engineered fretboard. 22 frets, and you can see, yeah, it does have the Fesley logo, but it's on there really tiny. And it feels like it's got a nice satin or matte finish on the back of the neck. Very smooth. All right, guys, so the last thing I'm gonna open up here is just like the rest of the parts, and it's pretty much everything else that you need. It's all in one plastic bag here. So, you know, you got your pick guard and your pickups and your strings and the bridge. I mean, it's everything. And what's cool about this is that the pickups and the pick guard is all completely pre-wired. So there's not gonna be a whole lot of work to putting this together. All right, guys, so I'm gonna go put this thing together and then I'm gonna come back and tell you everything that you need to know about it. Be right back. All right, I am back, and yes, the guitar is now completely assembled. I would estimate about 1 hour's time putting everything together. So was it difficult or was it easy? Well, it was really easy. They practically do everything for you. All the holes are drilled, and luckily everything lines up perfectly, so yeah, really easy to do. Now, a couple of things to keep in mind, guys. When you're putting the pick guard on, you saw how it was routed out, right? So as you're laying it on there and kind of pushing it on there, and you're seeing like, oh, it's not going down all the way, what's the deal here? Well, probably like the wires aren't in that mid-section where it's all routed out. That happened to me, so I couldn't get it in there. Don't force it. Don't sit there and push it and smash it, because all you're doing is smashing the wires between the wood and the pick guard. You kind of have to get your finger in there and push the wires in, or just take it off and kind of try to squeeze the wires so they're more in the middle section, and just, you know, keep fiddling with it. It might take a few minutes, but eventually you'll get it so it sits right down in there. It should fit like perfectly flush to the body. It shouldn't be sticking up at all. If it is, again, you gotta get those wires in that routed out section. And what's great is like everything is all connected. Almost everything. All the pickups are soldered to the switches and the knobs. And then this guy right here, the jack, you don't have to do any soldering on the jack. It actually has like a little clip. You clip the wires together, you know, the wires that are coming from this part right here and connecting to the jack. It's just like a little push-in clip. Okay, but there is one thing that you're gonna need to solder, and that is the ground wire that connects to the trim claw. It does need to be soldered on there. Now, if you've got a soldering iron and you've done soldering before, you know how to do it. Simple, easy, right? No problem. But what about the guys who don't have a soldering iron and they've never done it before? Well, guess what, guys? It's time to get a soldering iron and start soldering. Seriously, why not? There was a time not long ago when I didn't have a soldering iron and I didn't know how to do it. So you know what I did? I Googled, like, what kind of soldering iron and solder do I need to solder stuff on a guitar? And I found out. Then I went on Amazon and I bought it. So guys, in addition to having a link to the guitar, down in the description, I'm also gonna have a link to a soldering iron with some solder so that you can get started. Okay guys, yeah, I know. You wanna know, how does it sound? How does it play? Check it out. Alright, so not bad. Yeah, not bad. Do the pickups sound amazing? No, of course not. This is an $89 introductory guitar. And we're not buying this because we're expecting to have this amazing sounding guitar. You're buying it either because you've never put a kit together before and you want to get one that's really easy to put together, as you know, you're kind of dipping your toe into the water, getting your foot wet, so to speak. And this one's going to be easy to do that, and it's really inexpensive at $89. But to keep that $89 price, guys, of course, they're going to have inexpensive hardware. That's just the way it is. Now, the other people that might be wanting to get this is people that would, you know, I've done kits before. I've put stuff together before. I've made my own guitars, and I'm looking for a modding platform. Something that I can get with the idea that, yeah, I'm going to replace the pickups and the electronics and maybe some other stuff, a different pick guard, different tuners, whatever, and it's good for that as well. Now, it should be noted, guys, that this does have a thinner Strat body like a lot of the Squier Stratocasters. And I personally like that because it's a little bit more comfortable to hold and play, and it also makes it a little bit more lightweight. When I weighed this guy comes in at 6.4 pounds, so definitely not heavy. Now remember, guys, I said this is gonna have really inexpensive hardware and parts and stuff, so here's a shot of the trem block if you're curious and you want to see it. But, you know, as expected, it's a really super thin block. The neck is pretty comfy. It's got a nice round C shape. It's not super thin, but it's not super thick either. Just kind of a medium C-shaped profile. Now the frets, they are not tall frets. They're kind of short, actually. And I have to say the fretwork on this, guys, is kind of just okay. I did experience some kind of like semi-buzzing frets in different positions, and that's even with the action not being very low. So basically, like, if you want this to play really nice and you want to get that action a little bit lower, you might need to do some fret leveling on this one. Now, it does come with the cover for the back there, but I just didn't put it on there because I wanted you guys to be able to see that. Plus, I never put these on guitars anyway. I think these are like totally not necessary. And then the other piece that I didn't use was the little like plastic gasket that goes under the neck plate, because I really don't think these are necessary either. And when I'm putting together guitars, I never use these either. And yes, it does come with the whammy bar. I just didn't put it on there because, you know, being a really inexpensive bridge and this kind of guitar, you know, you put that whammy on there and you start yanking on that whammy and yeah, it's gonna go out of tune. So, all in all, am I happy with my purchase for $89? Yes, absolutely. Because I think the body is fantastic. I'm not gonna paint it. I'm not gonna stain it. I was thinking about it after I put it together and it's like, I really love the look of the wood grain on this one. Looks great. And with a little bit of work, a little bit of setting up and fixing some things, this is gonna end up being pretty fantastic, I think. So guys, if you've never put a guitar together and it's something like, I've always wanted to do that, I've always thought about doing that, this is probably like a perfect starting point for you because it's really easy to do. You won't be frustrated, you'll be happy with the results and you'll be like, hey, I actually can do that. Alright guys, so that is it for the new do-it-yourself Strat electric guitar kit from Fesley. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.